Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Monster vs. Monster here on the D&D CR Exposed YouTube channel. I'm a little late. That's because I was doing chores. Hey everyone, how's it going? I hope you're having a great time. A little out of breath. But just because I was running around and vacuuming. And then I ran the garbage out too. So, yes, what's going on here? What do we got going on? Well, we've got monsters versus monsters here in tonight's battle. And what kind of monsters do we have? Well, this one was another requested one from the forum that you can find in the description below. And this one was small boys versus big boys, or large boys. So, hey, Flame Loud and Hair Doctor, thanks for joining, guys. ELG, oh, nifty. Hey guys, how's it going? Thank you all for being here. I have a cat trying to get in the way. I had also some technical difficulties. No, I'm alright. I don't know, just running around. I got like a slightly runny nose for some reason because I was out in the cold. Alright, so let's see here. Let's take a look at what we got for our monsters. Well, for our small boys, we have a whole bunch of Kobold vampiric spawn. And if you remember this map, you'll understand why in a moment. Let's just zoom out real quick here. People might remember this map from some time ago. And then to accompany the small boys is an even smaller boy. We have ourselves a Flameskull here by the name of Bowlure. Yes, they are vampire kobolds. Name will be taken. That it is. And that is our small boys. So we have a couple vampire spawns and a Flameskull here. And over for our big boys, we have a bunch of large monstrosities. We have a Yeti here by the name of Vanzash, 2 winter wolves by the name of Judge and Rex, and then we have 2 saber-toothed tigers by the name of Scar and Mufasa. I couldn't help myself there. Had to do it. Oh, and my music is not on loop again. I don't know why it keeps doing that. There we go. It's not saving it for some reason. I'll have to remember that for the future. In any event, there are our monsters. Currently they are in a bit of a snowstorm for this nice snowy map, and there's some crows flying around. I mean, the map itself had some crows, so I had to throw in some animated crows as well. So you'll see one like, oh, there it goes, it just disappeared. And there's another one over here. So yeah, this crow's all over the map inside of, you know, this little bit of a wintry storm going on. Yes, so far it's a 4-5 match here. So like a 1 1/4, 1 1/20th. I don't know. The Yeti's walking his pets. Yes, exactly, Hair Doctor. The Yeti is taking his pets for a walk. Going in other locations since, you know, there's a storm coming through. So that's more or less what I like to think is going on here for the story. Nice one, name will be taken. This battle seems like snow joke. Nice. Okay, so now that we have all of our monsters taken a look at here, actually, let's just take a look at one real quick one because we have the winter wolves, and these guys have a special feature. They have the cold breath. There we go. They can both breathe cold on. It should be yes, it's a charged item there, so they get a 15-foot cold breath. Hopefully that'll come in handy. We'll see what happens. Otherwise, it's just a typical bite for our winter wolves. They also have pack tactics, but not only do the winter wolves have pack tactics, I think, let's see here, we have pounce for the saber-toothed tiger. So for those, when they move at least 20 feet straight forward and hit with a claw attack, they can then also knock the creature prone and make a bonus bite attack. So that should be fun. Otherwise, they'll get 1 attack themselves. The Yeti. Let's see what our Yeti has. They have a multi-attack and a chill gaze. So the multi-attack of 2 claw attacks, and the chill gaze will do, what do we got here? Let's see here. The Yeti targets 1 creature can see and makes a constitution save, deals some cold damage, and then will be paralyzed. On top of that, they also have Fear of Fire, which might come into play here. If the Yeti has taken fire damage, it has disadvantage on the attack rolls and ability checks until the end of its next turn. And with a Flameskull, that might come into play. Remember, Flameskull's a caster, so there will be some AoE shenanigans, if I remember correctly. There probably will, yes. This is a lot of HP on big team. Yeah, a little bit. We'll see what happens. I mean, the kobolds, the kobold vampire spawn should be able to regenerate. Yes, they have regeneration. So at the beginning of their turn, they will regain 10 hit points. Unless they're in sunlight or running water, which I'm not considering snowfall running water. Or if they take radiant damage or holy water. So The regeneration is going to keep working. We have no way of counteracting that on the big boy turn. We'll see what happens unless the Saber-toothed Tigers eat them. I don't know. Yeah, Vampire Spawn have 39 hit points themselves, and that regeneration also helps. Then they have the typical vampire weaknesses, but that probably won't come into play here. And then our Flameskull has, for its features, the multi-attack of Fire Ray, and then has some spellcasting here. Flaming Sphere, Fireball, and Magic Missile, plus Shield. So the Flameskull is probably going to be our MVP, I'm guessing anyways. And with that out of the way, let's take a look here at our one last thing here. We have Dar, Rux, and Gigna, who are our Kobold Vampire Spawn, and as I said before, Bow Lure, because, you know, it's a skeleton, or the head of a skeleton anyways. Yes, exactly. There's no sunlight right now because it's snowing. Alright, so now that we have our introductions out of the way, let's go ahead and begin combat. I don't know if it did the noise or not, but we'll go ahead and roll some initiative here. And here come the D20s! And that's a whole bunch of D20s pouring in, and it looks like we have Scar up first with an 18, followed by Van Zash, then Gigna, Judge, Rux, Bowlure, Mufasa, Dar, and Rex. So, right starting up the line there. So let's go ahead and get ourselves on Scar, and let's see here. Ian Revik, thank you for joining. The vampires that fought the Lich turned the kobolds into little vampires, and the Lich left a Flameskull. So glad to see that they came to an understanding. Yes, Ian, you're definitely remembering that what happened from the last time we were at this map. Let's see here, name will be taken. I'm going to assume you aren't going to use the fly speed of the skull to cheese. Oh no! It's definitely cheesing a little bit, at least. Because, you know, it can fly 40 feet. It has to fly. So it's going to be flying somewhere around there. We'll say it's going to start 10 feet for now. So that'll be 10 feet up. And then what else we got here? Yes, Hair Doctor said ask and answer. There we go. Okay. So let us go ahead with Scar, who is going to just bum rush the first kobold it can see here, and we'll move through some of the allies. So we have a movement speed of 40, and they are, you know, they're just creatures, so their intelligence is saying we have one direction that we're going to go and make. You know, they have basic instinct attacks. So, you know, we'll go like that, and then we'll see about, where's 40 feet here? There we go. So 40 feet to there. And then we'll go another 40 feet to rush right into combat. Oh, that's not going to get very far. Oh well. Scar is the impetuous one and is just rushing right on up. So that's their two move actions. And that's it for that. Okay, up next is Van Zash. Let's take a look at Van Zash real quick again here. Now that he's, you know, lost the lead of Scar, and Scar's gone rushing off to play with some toys. You know, they're small. They kind of look like mice maybe to a large saber-toothed tiger. But anyways, let's see what happens here. The Yeti targets one creature can see within 30 feet. Okay, so the Yeti is going to move on up, and although you can't really see it, the Flameskull is giving off a green glow. So there is a bit of a glow there going on, and the Yeti can easily see it. So we're going to go ahead and move up, let's say 10 feet to there, and another 30 feet to there. Yeah, we'll do 30 feet down to there. Okay. Can definitely see the Flameskull that's flying 10 feet up, just over top of Scar. And how far out are we here? 60 feet? We need it to be within, I think it was 30 feet for that stair, right? The Care Bear stair here? Let's see. Yes, it has to be within 30 feet, so it's not going to be able to do much there. And because this creature has an 8 intelligence, still acting on instinct as well, unfortunately, you know, it's going to come on up and smash, but maybe not so close. You know, seeing, it might pay attention to what its Saber-toothed Tiger's doing. We're going to go ahead and move him up 30 feet to there, just to kind of see what these little creatures have for attacks and whatnot. Up next, now that Van Zash's turn is done, we have Gigna. And Gigna is our first of 3 kobold spawns here. And Gigna is just going to rush because it's like blood hungry. So it's just like, wah, wah, and just kind of rushes right on up to Scar and it goes to attack. So go ahead and target Scar there. And Gigna has, just double checking, 1 bite attack and pack tactics. But unfortunately, there's nothing here for pack tactics, so we only get the regular attack and goes in for a bite. All right, 1 bite regular. That's going to be a base 13, total of 19, and hitting scar for 10 points of piercing and necrotic damage. So let's see here. On top of that, we have... All right, so we got to find out how much of our necrotic damage is. So we got 5, and Scar's hit points are reduced by 5 to, what is that, 48? All right, so 48 hit points are drained. And do we have anything else going on here? The target's hit points maximum is reduced by the amount equal to the necrotic damage, and the vampire regains hit points equal to the amount. All right, so then. Hair Doctor says, the vampire saw that the kobolds were cold and hungry, but now thanks to them, they still may be cold and hungry, but they won't die. Exactly. Power Player 54. What mods do you use for the Forge? I love how it looks like Solasta so much. Right now, let's see here. The weather effects, I believe, are built in, possibly. They come from the effects controls and off of particle effects, so that's part of that. And then I'm also using MIDI QOL, JB2A's particle effects when we get to some spell attacks and whatnot. And a few others. I have a whole slew here of modules that are set up for 5e that may or may not be used at the moment. So there's a whole slew of them here. If you want to come back and check the video and kind of pause this section, you can definitely check those out. Also, Dice So Nice, I like those as well. Defred's Convenient Effects. Some of those are the ones I'm using here. Alright, so that is Gigna's turn. Gigna runs up and gets a mighty bite into Scar for 10 points of piercing and necrotic damage. That is the end there, and we move up to Judge, who is going to rush on up. Let's take a look at Judge's features here. Still a 7 on intelligence. This would be almost close to average, but it's still kind of low. So these creatures are running on base instincts. But they do have a 12 for wisdom, so they'll know when to rush away. Alright, so let me double check their movement. 50 feet of movement. Bloody. Wow, there we go. Oh, 47. Thank you, name. I thought I had it right there. There we go. 47. I was off by 1. Let's see here. Hey, Clawpaw, welcome up board. What's up, bud? My vote goes to the small Scrinklos. Yeah, the Scrinklos are probably going to win. We'll see what happens here. 30 feet to there, and then another... Oh, can almost get there. That's a shame. But we can try... Oh, that's 45 feet to there. So he's going to shift down to here. And then, yeah, we're going to definitely go ahead and use that Frost Breath ability. Alright, so let's take a look at the used feature. Cold Breath. We're going to go ahead and place the template. And we should be able to get both of these vampire. Yep, there we go. Nice. Let's take a look at what goes on here. Absolutely thanks. I always rewatch these. I love these videos. Gotta say, though, Bigums are definitely going to win here, though. Let's hope so, Power Player 54. Let's hope so. Wolf go nyam. Actually, the wolf goes up and goes... And there we go with the Frost Breath. And we have, let's see here. We have a DC 12 Dexterity. And Gigna succeeds with a 24, while Dar fails with a 9. And our Judge belts out a beautiful 19 points of cold damage. And that is going to be, let's see here. Ooh, a full 19 points of cold damage to Dar, who fails. Basically almost putting him into the bloody condition. And Gigna only takes a little bit of damage. So Judge has moved and used their cold breath. So that is as far as he can go. Alright, up next is Rux. And what's Rux going to do? Well, since there's 3 targets right here, Rux is just going to, like, freak out and go charging after Vanzash. Alright, let me get to the right thing here. And that's going to be, what, 30 feet of movement, probably? Yes, 30 feet. Okay. What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age! And to my knowledge, pretty level 78 intelligence. Yeah. And guys, don't forget to like the stream video and have a good day. Yes, please do. That would be much appreciated. And my money is on the little guys. Flameskull can be nasty. Yes, especially with everything just kind of lining up for either a flame sphere or a fireball. This is going to be pretty bad when Bowerlure gets to take its turn next. All right, so Rux is going to rush on up. That's 30 feet and won't be able to make it initially. All right, so let's see here. Well, that was 5 feet there. And that would be 25 feet. And then actually could charge Judge if we wanted to shift him up. But I already said he was going after Van Zash, so that will be his full movement there to just rush and engage Van Zash. So, Rux is done, and we now move on to Bow Lure, our Flameskull. So, let's see what they're going to do. Well, obviously, we're going to go ahead and move around a little bit. What do we got for fly speed? 40 feet? Yeah, let's have him come down to here, 20 feet, and then we'll go ahead and definitely throw down a fireball, since, you know, there's plenty here to hit. So we're going to go ahead and cast that fireball. Yes, they do definitely need to chill out. But, you know, evil creatures do what evil creatures going to do. Oh, look at that. We can actually just hit the 3 while missing Rux. Well, looks like the Flameskull is going to do that. Just narrowly missing Rux, Bow Lure throws down a mighty fireball, hitting both Judge, Van Zash, and Scar. Oof, look at that explosion going on in the background. With a DC 13 dex save, Van Zash fails with a 9, Judge succeeds with a 14, and Scar fails with an 8. And wounds were applied to the following creatures of Van Zash and Scar as they take a heavy amount of damage from that fireball that just erupts. And Van Zash freaks out. Fireburn! And is just bugging out now that they've been set on fire. So unfortunately, the next round Van Zash is at disadvantage because, you know, fire. Yeah, exactly. Giants go boom for sure. Sinister floating noises. Thank you, ELG. Oh, that's hilarious. Alright, so that is going to be 28 points of damage to Van Zash, 14 points to Judge, and another 28 points to Scar, who are both bloodied at the moment. Okay, well then, Bow Lure is going to move back 20 feet and end their turn over here, guarding the Master's Lair. Alright, and we will move on to Mufasa. Oh, look at that. It got rid of it for me. I don't have to do that. Oh, how nice. Alright, Mufasa's all the way back here and is going to start prowling a bit, seeing what's going on. And we're going to go ahead and move 30 feet to there. They can do another 10 feet to here. And they're going to start to slink around. So we're going to say, like, they're going to go on a bit of a dodge action as they get ready to go ahead and attack one of these ones that they can pounce on the next round. So unfortunately, that's going to be Mufasa's turn. Then we finally have Dar, who got hit, but is going to regenerate 10 hit points because, you know, it's the start of their turn and they took 10 points of damage, or more than that. So they regenerate 10 points of healing. And then, yeah, they're going to just, let's see here, Scar was attacked. Judge doesn't have anyone. So seeing that Gigna's attacking Scar, yeah, we're going to switch up the odds here a little bit, and we're just going to go ahead and target Judge. And Dar's going to go in for the bite. And let's see what we do. Ooh, base 15, almost a 7, total of 21 to hit. That's going to be 14 points of damage, and that's going to be 7 points of necrotic damage to Judge. Alright, so let's see here. We're going to reduce that down to 68. Hopefully I got that right. Someone wants to check my math. And then Dar will also heal 7 points of necrotic damage as well due to the bite. Plus 7. Okay, Dar is almost completely healed back up from the cold damage. Exactly, power player. I wonder where those came from. I couldn't help myself. Couldn't. The irony was that Scar's name came up in the random generator, and I was like, Scar, Tiger. We have to do Mufasa. Okay. Yeah, they're not using pack tactics because they're crazy vampires. And they're regenerating, so they're kind of losing their thoughts here. Crazy vampires. We'll see what happens in a minute, though. Okay, so that's Dar's turn. And then up... Actually, they do have pack tactics. Yeah, they do. Okay. Up next is Rex to finish off this round, and Rex not really being able to get a good sighting on anyone. Let's see something here real quick. They are immune to cold damage. Okay. That could be interesting. Let's see something here. I'm going to move him up 45 feet, and I might adjust as needed. Especially if I can avoid hitting Scar with any kind of cold damage here, but I don't think I can. Oh, that's disappointing. I was hoping maybe I could do like a template here. Let me see something. Let's go for this. If I target it right there, I think I can totally avoid hitting Scar with the cold breath, and Judge is immune. So I think we're gonna do that. Let's do that and see what happens here, because we can use any side or part of Rex to do the cold breath here. So I'm gonna finagle this a little bit and go ahead and do his cold breath attack as well, squeaking right between Scar and Judge technically. All right, cold breath. Yeah, I like that. That's ridiculous. ELG says, probably not relevant, but the kobolds can move through the spaces of the large creatures due to their size. Yeah, they are small versus large, so that could definitely that could happen as well. All right, let's go ahead and do this cold breath from our other Winter Wolf. And that's going to be a 12 points of cold damage. Not a whole lot here, but we have a DC 12, Judge fails, Dar succeeds, and Gigna also succeeds. So they take half damage, while Judge takes none, because, you know, it's cold breath. All right, so that's the end of round 1, and we go into round 2 here, rolling a D100 to see if something happens. And hopefully something doesn't, or does? I don't know. We'll see what happens here in a second as we roll a 62. 62. Nothing happens. All right, let's continue on with the top of round 1 and Scar. Oh, looks like that one didn't get erased, so I'm going to have to go ahead and delete that. And we have Scar here, who is bloodied, but now not outnumbered. So Scar is going to continue to keep going here. And are they going to go for the pounce? Because they can't really pounce, unfortunately. No, he's just going to go for the attack. All right. Going for the attack. One little bite attack. Or do we have... No, we got to go for the claw, right? Because, actually, which one's better? Let's see real quick here. Our damage is technically higher with the claw attack. So, yes, we will go with the claw attack. Pack tactics. Teamwork to kill your enemies. Indeed. ELG with something cool party. Alright, Scar is attacking Gigna with a claw attack. Base 18 to hit, total of 22, and that's going to be 13 points of slashing damage, which does indeed bloody Gigna. So Gigna is now bloodied, but there is no bonus to one side or the other. Hopefully Mufasa survives. Simba still needs to be king. Scar better not betray us this time. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Alright, so that's Scar's attack. He's going to just sit there and you know, claw at the crazy little creature here, trying to eat it. And we move on to Van Zash, who has been bloodied and is technically freaking out because it's on fire here. So we do have the multi-attack and we have the chill. What are we going to do here? Let's see here. Fear of fire. So everything is at disadvantage, unfortunately. And the Yeti can make its chilling gaze and make 2 claw attacks. Okay. So let's see something here. How far away? That's... Oh, damn. That's 35 feet. Okay, so Van Zash is going to pivot whilst freaking out. And is going to move over to here. Getting close enough to Bow Lure to use the chilling gaze on it while it's freaking out, screaming, fire, fire! Yes, scarred Simba. He did. Alright, so first off, we're going to go ahead and use the chilling gaze on Bow Lure. And let's see here. DC 13 Constitution save, and Bow Lure succeeds with a 17. Let's see here. So, the target can repeat the saving throws. If the target's saving throw is successful, or the effects ends of it, the target is immune to the chilling gaze effect and all the Yeti's stuff for an hour. So, let's see here. Is this like a sucker save ability? Because I'm not seeing anything about... Alright, so DC 13 Constitution saving throw against it. This magic, or take 10 cold damage, okay? And be paralyzed. Let's see here. If the target's saving throw is successful, or if the effect ends on it, the target is immune to the chilling gaze effect of all Yetis, but not of the abominable Yetis for 1 hour. So yeah, it takes no damage. And let's just double check this here. It's immune to cold damage. How is a Flameskull immune to cold damage? This is ridiculous. It's immune to cold damage? Oh, come on. Well, that's unfortunate for the poor Yeti here, who is then going to go ahead and take 2 attacks. Yeah, thank you, Ian. It's a sucker save. Oh, man, that's brutal. It wouldn't have mattered anyway because, you know, it's immune to cold, and it's also immune to paralyzed. Oh, man, that's ridiculous. If anyone wants to switch their votes on who's going to win, you might want to do that now. Okay. So then, Van Zash, who's at disadvantage because of being freaked out by fire, is going to go ahead and attack Rux with the two multi-attacks here, which I just want to double check, is going to be 2 claw attacks. Perfect. So, disadvantage on the claw attack number 1. That's going to be base 10 to hit, total of 16, which does hit Rux for 9 points of slashing and cold damage. And then another disadvantage attack as it's freaking out, being set on fire. And does another 21 to hit, dealing 16 more points of cold and slashing damage. And then in its, craze of burning and whatnot, we're going to go ahead and repivot back to here. Because why not? Yeah, exactly, Ian. Flameskulls can be nasty. Yes, and name will be taken. Thank you. It is immune to paralyze, so that wasn't going to work at all. Okay, up next is Gigna as Van Zash finishes their turn, and Gigna is going to regenerate 10 hit points, because vampire? And then is going to go on for the attack on Van Zash. Alright, so they're just doing one little bite attack, and that's going to be base 6 to hit, and hits Van Zash. Wow, really hits Van Zash with a... Oh, just hits with a 12, and deals 12 points of piercing necrotic damage, dealing 5 points of necrotic damage here, which is going to reduce this to a 46. And then, Van Zash is looking pretty critical here. That's not good. All right, and plus 5 hit points for Rux, who is basically completely re-healed. 38 of 39 hit points. This is not looking good for our, our big boys. Of course, I had to pick vampires, didn't I? That's exactly name will be taken. And ELG, every time you pivot, I imagine the hulking monstrosity delicately tiptoeing around its opponents. Yep. Wait, Anonymous, you are doing Rux's turn and not Gigna's, though. Oh, I did. You're right. Thank you so much. Sorry about that. All right, so I got to fix some things here. So we'll go ahead and put that 5 back on to 51. I always do that. I don't know why I get the wrong ones here. And then I'm minus 15. There we go. Okay. Thank you so much, Wayne Anonymous. Really appreciate that. And let's see here. Gigna would have gone, who is up here, and would have attacked Scar. Scar's AC is a 12, so we'll just take the rolls again, and we'll just go ahead and apply damage as such. Minus 12 there. And let's see here. Ooh, I need this. Minus another 5, so that's going to be 42. Okay. And Scar is definitely not looking so hot. ELG says, man, now I want to see a low-level party fight one of the Kobold vampires just to see if they can win the DPR race. Yeah, really. I definitely agree with you there. Okay, so that is Gigna's turn. Now that I have the right people attached here, so we're going to go ahead and do plus 10, actually plus 15. And Gigna's re-healed as he just lashes out and bites into Scar, just feeding on the blood. Oh, man. Yep, I got it. Thank you, Hair Doctor. I healed the bold. The Vampy Bold. All right, so that's Gigna's turn, and up next we have Judge. So Judge is going to go ahead and see about recharging its breath attack. So 5 or a 6, it's recharged, and it is recharged. Excellent. All right, so Judge is going to go ahead and take another deep breath and go for that cold attack on these 2 Kobold vampire spawns here. All right, so let's go ahead and do that cold breath. Swivel this around a little bit and go for a big old huff and puff to blow that house in, right? I'm sorry, not sorry. All right, so 19 points of cold damage, DC 12 dexterity save again, and both of our Kobold vampire spawns save, only taking 9 points of cold damage. Yeah, Kobolds stay winning for sure. The Yeti can also regain the hit points. Oh, do they? Let's see here. Snow camouflage, keen smell. Chill gaze. Let's see here. I don't see anything. Oh, maybe it's from the claw? No, I'm not seeing anything for regen there. Yeah, we'll see what happens with the surprise encounter, hopefully. Alright, that ends Judge's turn. They're not moving and still looking pretty good. We'll go ahead and get rid of that template. And we move on to Rux. Alright, so Rux now is going to attack Van Zash, because I was out of order last time. Rux goes ahead and heals 10 hit points from the regeneration, and then goes in for that bite attack. Who is going to take a hit with a 15 and kills Van Zash. Van Zash has been destroyed by the vampire spawn. 12 points of necrotic damage, and will heal, piercing and necrotic, and heal +7. Things are not looking so hot for our big boys. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I put that back. Or did I not? Alright, I will give it... Let's see here. Let me revert some damage here, just to be certain. I don't remember if I took the damage back or not. Maybe I didn't. Yeah, you're right, I didn't. Okay. So there we go. Alright, so now we'll go ahead and apply this damage here. Oh, too much. God darn it. Alright, I hate it when... This is the one thing the system doesn't do quite right. Okay, -12. There we go. Alright, so Van Zash is alive. There we go. Thank you, name will be taken. I totally overlooked that. Ancient White Great Worm, so the kobolds can make a new friend. Oh no. Alright, so that's Rux's turn, feeding on Van Zash. And then we next have Bowlure, who is... Oof, let's see, what is Bowlure going to do defending the Master's Lair? Well, we have our spellbook. We've used our fire... It says that should have been one more fireball left. I don't know why. Why are these spells? Oh, I don't know. These should be like so, I believe. That's strange. Whoever put that in didn't do that quite correctly. Okay, so we have one more fireball and a flaming sphere. So you know this Bowlure is going to go ahead and use that fireball now that everything's tied in correctly. Oh, this is going to be bad. 20 feet up and another fireball. Oh god. Oh, this hurts. Oh, this hurts. Can he get... Oh yeah, he can definitely get all of them. Oh no. Oh, here we go. Oh yeah. Fireball hits all of them. And that's going to be a DC 13 dex save for 19 points of fire damage. Mufasa has advantage for some reason. Because of... That's weird. Shouldn't have advantage, but whatever. Alright, so Mufasa succeeds with a 22. Van Zash succeeds with a 14. Rux succeeds with a 19. Judge succeeds with a 14. And Scar fails with a 5. F in chat for Scar. Scar is dead. The fireball erupts and just destroys and singes Scar. There's so much hair, like burnt hair smell. This is, oof. This is bad. Okay, so Bowlure cackles again, just noise as it, throws out another fireball and moves back 20 feet as it's doing its thing. Yeah, that's what I figured here, Doctor, was the dodge action, which it shouldn't apply to fireballs, but whatever. I'm not too worried about it at this point because clearly my undead are going to win. Oh boy. Alright, so that's Bowlure's turn as we end that. And let's see here. Mufasa's up next. Sees that his buddy Scar has fallen and just kind of smiles, maybe? Yeah, smells like bacon. Oof. Okay, so let's see here. Mufasa can move up 40 feet and we'll do some kind of like a cool jump over to flank Rux here. So we're going to go ahead and Mufasa's going to help out Van Zash try and destroy this vampiric kobold creature thing. And let's see here. So we got advantage on the attack. We're going to go ahead and do a bite. Actually, no, we're going to do a claw attack because then we can do the bite attack from the feature, right? From Pounce. Which does technically move forward, kind of swings around and does a claw attack at advantage. Let's go ahead and see what happens to Rux. Okay, that is unfortunate. With advantage, we have a 5 base, total of 9, and misses, and is unable to do the bite attack as well. Too much fireball. Yes, too much fireball. So unfortunately, the well-laid plan here by Mufasa fails, and Rux is being so small, just kind of nimbly dodges out of the way, just foaming at the mouth, the bloody mouth here. Bloody foamy mouth? Foamy bloody mouth? I don't know. Plot twist, Mufasa was the evil one. Oh no. Yeah, that sounds about right. For this encounter anyways. So that's Mufasa's turn. Up next is Dar. And Dar is going to continue to chomp away at Judge. So we'll go ahead and shift our targeting there and go in for a bite attack after regenerating 10 hit points. Okay, bite attack. And that's going to be base 9, total 15, which hits Judge. And Judge takes 14 points of piercing necrotic damage for a total of 6 points of necrotic as well. So we will go ahead and not do that. Minus 6 there to 62. And regen Dar for plus 6. Yeah, that basically re-healed him. Scar right. Misplayed. Scar should be alive. Mufasa dies, but instead of a stampede, it's like just 3 small lizard dudes. Oh, it only has 1 level 3 spell slot? Why is it showing me 2 then? Let me double check that. That's really bizarre. Let me see here. Oh, you're right. It should only be 1. Oh, boy. Okay. I have to go back and fix a couple things here. All right, a little bit of retcon. That's weird. Why does the 5e version have that? Okay. So let's go ahead and retcon all this damage. Ooh, where'd it go? Okay, so we're going to retcon all that damage. Thank you, Hair Doctor. We'll go back to here real quick, and Mufasa was a little bit ways back, so we're going to do a Flame Sphere instead. So we'll do that. And we'll say, let's see, what's the range? How far out can we start this from? 60 feet? Okay, yeah, I can easily do a Flame Sphere here. And then it's just going to barrel on down through. And it can move, what is it? How far can it move? Let me double check something here. So this is an action to cast, I believe. Ah, come here. Give me something here. Flame Sphere. Oh, Flaming Sphere. That's why I can't find it. There we go. Okay. 1 action. Concentration. As a bonus action, you can move it 30 feet. Cool. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. Alright, so we have 5 points of fire damage coming through, and it's just going to move 30 feet as a bonus action. So let's go ahead and move that. Let's see here. Oh yeah, right onto the Yeti. So we'll go ahead and do something like this, where it's just going to hit everyone all the way through. Okay, so it's going to come running on down, bump into the Yeti, and we'll plop it there. So all these guys need to take some damage, I guess. Oh yeah, they have to make a saving throw against the sphere's damage, and the sphere stops moving. Oh, it stops on the first creature. Alright, never mind. That's silly. I thought it could go through a whole bunch. Alright, dexterity save. Alright, so... yeah, we'll have Scar, since Scar's looking so not so hot. Okay, that'll just be easy enough. Now that I've fixed some stuff here, we'll go ahead and do that. And it bumps into Scar, dealing 5 points of damage if it fails the dex save. So let's see here. Go ahead and get that dex save up. Which is going to be a 6. Oh yeah, definitely fails. And Scar takes 5 points of fire damage. And Scar is wounded and defeated. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering too. It's strange. I don't know, ELG. Scar lived falling into the fire. Well, unfortunately not this time, as we've retconned that turn a little bit. Alright, so Dar's turn's finished. We've gone through, fixed some things, and Rex is up next. So let's go ahead and fix Rex's turn here. We'll go and do a recharge on the Cold Breath, and does not recharge the Cold Breath, which is unfortunate. And let's see here. So can we get into a way that can use pack tactics? They can move 50 feet. So let's see here. Shift to here, down to there. Yes. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and make our... we'll get advantage on the attack regardless, even with the pack tactics. Power Player 54. The lore behind Flameskulls are that they are made from performing a dark ritual to revive an evil wizard. The skull animates, and sometimes it may retain memories from its life and might know its spells. Okay. Alright, so Rex can only do a bite attack, and I think, yeah, that's it. We can only do the one, but it's at advantage. So let's go ahead and roll some dice. Oh, dear. A 1 and a 3. Unfortunately, Rex fails to attack the little kobold that is just jumping and bobbing out of the way. Ooh, this is not looking so hot. Okay, end of round 2 finally. Let's go ahead and go to the top of round 2, or 3, but before we do that, let's roll ourselves a D100 and see what happens. And with the dice coming in, we have ourselves a 67. A little higher than last one, but still, nothing happens, unfortunately. Alright, so, top of round 3. Scar is unfortunately sizzling right now, and up next is Van Zash, who is wounded, but technically we're still not outnumbered, so he's gonna think they got the advantage and maybe go for an attack on Rooks again. No fire this time, so the attack is going to be at advantage, so we'll go ahead and do that. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, no crits tonight so far. Alright, so, let's see here. Yes, just the Chilling Gaze, which... Oh yeah, we will definitely try the Chilling Gaze. Let's see what happens there. So we're gonna do... we're gonna go ahead and target Rooks with the Chilling Gaze, which I don't think it has to recharge. Let's double check that. No, it doesn't. It just works. Alright, very good. Alright, Chilling Gaze on Rux. And let's see here. Rux fails the DC 13 Constitution save with an 11. That is 10 points of cold damage and is paralyzed. Ooh, we might have something here. Let's go ahead and target Rux with paralyzed, which is nice. The creature is incapacitated. The creature automatically fails strength and dex saves. And any attacks that hit the creature is a critical hit if they're within 5 feet. Alright, let's continue on here. 2 claw attacks against Rux at advantage. Ooh, that's going to be a critical hit here for 20 points of cold slashing damage, and then 1 more claw attack, which is going to be... Oh, double ones! How do you miss? Let's see here. Kobolds resist the physical damage since they're vampires? I don't know. Oh yeah, but there is some damage resistance here. So, you have 7 points of slashing and 9 points of cold, which is reduced to 14. So that's going to be dropped to 3. It's working out somehow. Oh, and then plus 4. Oh, so that 7 would have been a 4, so that's 11. Half would be 5. 5.5, so it's rounding down. Yeah, it's working. It's there. Okay. Yeah, they really are unkillable. This is ridiculous. So Rux just bellows out in anger as, you know, it somehow freezes the kobold and also hits it once but cannot connect with the second attack. The Dice Whisperer. Alright, Van Zesh ends its turn. We go on to Gigna, who's up here. Let's get rid of that, and is going to pivot and attack Rex, who gets advantage now because of pack tactics. So, there we go. We've got our pack tactics from our kobold vampires. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do a bite action at advantage. And that's going to be, oh, a natural 20. Oof, total of 26 to hit, and that deals 17 points of necrotic and piercing damage. Yikes. Let's take a look here. We have 9 necrotic damage on Rex, who's going to... Oh, I keep double-clicking the wrong way. Drop that down to a 66. And then also heals 9 points, as well as... Alright, so we'll just do 19 points. Yeah, heals up to 19 and is completely healed full. Small blender noises. Love it. Oh, that's really good. Okay, so that's Gigna's turn. Rex is finally hit for the first time, and we move on to Judge, who's going to go ahead and see about recharging their Frost Breath on a 5 or 6. It is charged again. Oh, awesome. Judge is able to charge. All right, so there's no real way to get both of them in there at the same... to get them together. I wanted to try and get all 3, but that's impossible. So, let's see what we can do here for our Frost Breath attack. Because, yeah, gotta use it, for sure. And shouldn't go down, definitely doesn't want to go down to here to attack, because that would be kind of silly. These are halflings raised by kobolds. Alright, let's see. Cold Breath, we're going to go ahead and use the template, and we'll do it in such a way that it's angled just enough to hit over there. It doesn't matter for Rex. Rex is going to be able to completely block the damage. And we have a total of 21 points of cold damage, DC 12, dexterity save, Dar, and let's see, Dar succeeds, Gigna fails, and we have our damage down here with half damage and full damage. Alright, Gigna's bloodied for probably the second time tonight so far. And that's that. We move on to Rux next. Everyone's just kind of sitting still here as they're biting and snapping each other. Nothing really too crazy is going on, but Rux is paralyzed. So, what do we do with the paralyze here? Chill and gaze. Let's see here. It's target successful throw successfully. Alright, so it repeats the save at the end of a turn. So it's a Constitution DC 13. So we need to go ahead and... Oh, let me fix that real quick. Gonna go play my D&D game now. Can't wait to watch the video after you're done. Hoping the Bigums win, though. Alright, Power Player 54, thank you so much for being here. And take it easy, man. Gigna Chad. Oh, no, Gigna Chad. Nice. All the bigs would have to focus one kobold to kill it. Yeah, they really would. It's unfortunate here. Alright, so Rux is going to regenerate healing because that's, they can still do that. So plus 10 healing there. But they're still paralyzed, and they have to make a Constitution save against DC 13. Okay, so that's going to be 16, total of 19, and they break the paralyzation, unfortunately. So we'll go ahead and get rid of that. And the kobold just kind of shakes out of the chill. Does the whole, total whip off, kind of like a dog shaking off water, and starts to move about again. All right, up next is Bowlure. And Bowlure hasn't been attacked. We have Blur. Doesn't really need that. I guess Magic Missile. I guess. So we'll go back to the originals here. So that should have been... So we have one slot left there. Yeah, Magic Missile it is. So, yeah, Bowlure is just going to go ahead and attack Van Zash with Magic Missile. Okay. Let's see what happens here. Do we want to use a higher spell slot? Nah, let's stick to level 1. Alright, so. Pew pew pew. That's going to be a total of 12 points of force damage as the magic missile, the magic missile comes out and zaps Van Zash, finishing him off. And as a bonus action, the flame sphere rolls and attacks Judge, who is, within range. So we're going to go ahead and bump that into Judge there, and Judge needs to make a dex save. Yes, as a CR exposed, probably. Kobold vampire spawns, probably. Let's go ahead and do a dexterity save for the flame sphere. That's going to be a total of 11, and that's definitely going to be a fail for sure. Double checking here. The DC is a 13, sure enough, and this flame sphere does 2d6 points of fire damage. So just 2 points of fire damage, nothing too crazy. Okay. A little bump. Alright. So that's Bowlure's turn. Not moving around a bit, but still cackling and chortling. And moves the flame sphere, and it takes out Van Zash, who now is, unfortunately, the Bigums are, unfortunately, being outnumbered. Yes, outnumbered, finally. Up next is Mufasa, who is still not hurt, but is not the end of round 3. And, yeah, I guess it's just going to continue to attack Rux for the time being because, Saber-toothed Tiger doing its thing. Alright, goes in for a bite attack. Excuse me, a claw attack. And that's going to be a base 14 to hit, total of 18, and deals them 13 points of damage, reduced to 6. And unfortunately, Mufasa is not pleased with the outcome of that attack. So that's the end of their turn, and we move on to Dar, who is going to regenerate 10 hit points. Let's go ahead and do that. Plus 10 there. And is still biting on Judge. You know, why not? They're kind of ferocious. They don't really care. They're undead. Alright, goes in for a bite attack. And base 11, total of 17 to hit, dealing 11 points of necrotic damage for 6 there. So Judge, again, wrong button, is reduced 6, so that's going to be 56. And Dar is pretty much fully healed. Okay, cool. Looks like the Flameskull is trying to play fetch with the beasts, but it doesn't really understand how to do it. No, not at all. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, this is pretty much a done deal. I'm just waiting for the end of round 3 here. ELG. Yeah, Dar's literally back to full hit points. They've all basically been getting right back to full. It's ridiculous. Okay, Rex's turn. Rex is going to go in for that cold breath recharge. Let's see here. And it's charged with a 5. Excellent. Now, the problem is there's no real way to do this to get 2 targets unless we do like a weird downward breath. Because we can't get these 2. They're too close. So let's go ahead and do something like this. We're going to go ahead and put our template down and pivot just away to avoid hitting Mufasa, but still can't hit Dar. Oh, wow. Yeah, we can't hit either of them. Unless we do like this. You know what? I'll allow it, just because they're going to lose anyways. Alright, so dexterity save, 10 points of cold damage. Dar fails, Gigna succeeds. Gigna Chad for sure. You know what? Gigna Chad. Yeah, yes, this is the Kobold's new name, Gigna Chad. Oh man, that is ridiculous. Update combatant. There we go. And then we have the Gigna Chad. A whole bunch of damage goes through. A little bit of 10 there and 5 to the other one. Almost have this first Kobold down, but you know, it's going to be the bottom of round 3 here. We're going to the top of round 4. We're going to go ahead and roll ourselves a D100 check to see if something crazy happens. And we get a 51. Sadly, nothing crazy happens. Kobold superiority is correct. So we go ahead and skip past Scar and Van Zash since they're already dead. And now we have Gigna Chad, who is going to just go crazy with the attacks and target, once I get the right controls here, target Rex, going in for that bite attack at advantage, because pack tactics. So we have a base 10, that is a total of 16 to hit for 13 points of piercing necrotic damage. 5 necrotic damage goes through, wrong button again. And that's going to be a 61 now as they are reduced. Gigna Chad also heals 15 points of damage, 10 from beginning, and 5 more from the bite attack, almost healed. Yeah, this is... it's the Gigna Chad. This is ridiculous. So, that's the end there. Judge sees that their, well, say, master, their leader, has died, and they're seeing that these creatures are just not dying. So we're going to go ahead and go for a recharge on the check. Unfortunately, it does not recharge. It sees that it's out of cold breath, and is going to... they don't disengage, because they don't have the intelligence to do so, but they do know to flee. So, unfortunately, it's just going to dash away now to safety. So, Dar is going to go ahead and get an attack of opportunity. And let's see here. Where are you? Reaction to bite. And that's going to be a base 14 hitting for an additional 13 points of damage. So, we're going to go ahead and heal 5 points there. And then Judge is just going to take off running. If I can see what I'm doing. So let's zoom out a little bit. They're going to run back the way they came. So 50 feet there, and then another 50 feet to there. Yipping and crying all the way as they are attempting to flee back to the safety of whence they came. Let's see here. Herr Doctor, if the 1% encounter doesn't show up, could we just tell the audience what the 1% was supposed to be? Sure, we could do that. Definitely. Alright, so that's Judge's turn. Up next is Rux, who is going to turn around and just attack Mufasa next. Since, you know, vampire stuff. And goes in for the bite attack against Mufasa. Base 16 definitely hits. That's going to be a total of 22 with 13 points of piercing necrotic damage. Total of 6 here. Mufasa, once again, I hit the wrong button. And we will reduce that to 46. Yeah, 46. Okay. And they heal 16. Okay. So our Kobold vampire spawn are definitely healed up. That is Rux's turn. And we move on to Bowlure, who is going to continue to cackle. And we'll do another magic missile. Why not? Who's the most wounded here? Looks like Rex is the most wounded. So we're going to go and do a magic missile there. Actually, what do we got for the fire spray? Oh, it's just one attack. Yeah, we'll do the magic missile. Okay. Rex is going to be attacked with another magic missile here. Level 1 slot. And that's not a whole lot, but we got a couple pew-pew-pews there for 6 points of force damage. And Bowlure just continues to cackle. Yes, I did heal Rux. Thank you, Herr Doctor. I believe I did anyways. Alright, so that is Bowlure's turn. Still not much going on. Mufasa sees... what was that? Judge rush off, so Mufasa is going to do the same and just kind of, would say, goes around this way to the south of Rux to avoid the other ones. Technically, would be a straight line, and would also probably proc Dar. Yeah, we'll do that. Whatever. All right, so Mufasa is going to move. Well, yeah. Well, no, they're small, so he can bound over them. So yeah, we'll say bounds over to here. Oop, I paused the game by accident. And we'll end up getting 2 attacks of opportunity from our kobolds here. So that's going to be a base 14, total of 20 to hit. And that's going to be another, let's see here, 12 piercing. So we got 4s and 4, so 4 necrotic, plus 4 there. I'm not even worried about doing the damage to Mufasa. Oh, and a natural 20 from Rux. We'll say that was Rux's attack. 16 points of piercing damage, 8 necrotic. So Rux is going to heal for plus 8. And Mufasa also dashes off. So that was what? 5, 10. Let's see here. Yeah, 10 feet to there. So another 30 feet to here. Dashing off, rushing. And another 40 feet up to here. Okay, so that's Mufasa rushing off to protect themselves. Dar turns around and targets Rex, who is going to then take another bite. Alright. Oh, okay. Well, ended up using the, thank you, Herr Doctor. Feature is, yes, a multi-attack of 2 fire rays. I went with the magic missile. Oh well. Live and learn. The Bowlure is, the Flameskull is just taunting these creatures as it is at the moment. Alright, Dar is up for the attack, goes in for a bite. I mean, dude's probably fully healed anyways. Yeah, at this point it's fully healed. Misses with an 8, and yeah, that'll be that turn. And Rex will also just kind of rush off, taking 2 attacks of opportunity. Since Dar got their turn refreshed. And let's see here. So Dar goes in for the attack of opportunity. Base 19 to hit. Oof, that is a lot right there. 13 points. And then Giga Chad is also going to... Get out of here, dice. Giga Chad also goes in for the attack of opportunity. Base 18, total of 24 to hit. That's 12 more piercing damage as Rex rushes off, bounding over the 2. Well, just for the heck of it, see. Oh, it does recharge, but, you know, wants to preserve its life. And dashes off, let's see here, 50 feet to there. Oh, yes, it would have been advantage. All right, so you're right. They would have, let's see here if we can get some 20s. Roll that extra 20 there. Okay, that's a 19, close, but no 20. And a 1. Okay, so with the pack tactics fixed, no critical hit, unfortunately. And we'll just say Rex bounds over and they rush off because, let's see here, flying speed of our You know, our Flameskull could potentially keep up, but they'd have to dash afterwards, and our Kobolds definitely couldn't keep up. So I'm going to say that this is definitely a win for the littles, the little ones, because, you know, they're undead. They were going to win anyways. And unfortunately, our biggins, our monstrosities just rush off into the wintry cold night here. And that is going to be the end of round 4. We'll go ahead and do one more D100 check to see what happens, if anything happens. We get a 14. Sadly, still nothing happens. So, Herr Doctor, what was the idea here if our super secret was going to trigger? ELG, now I want kobold versions of every classic D&D monster. Kobold mimics, were-kobolds, Becko-bolds. Oh, don't give me any ideas, ELG. I will make them. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish the poll here. Yes, 75% of you did vote for the small team, and sure enough, that was the winner for tonight. And for our Eternalums, our Eternal was supposed to be... Oh, yeah, that's right. If the proc would have gone off, we would have seen... let's see here. I can't remember their name. Yes, Oral. First form of Oral. The lesser goddess there of snow and cold or whatever from the Rime of the Frost Maiden. So that's who would have showed up if it had triggered. But it didn't, unfortunately. And we will end combat. Name will be taken, and with regeneration, they are all full hit points. Yes, pretty much. Yeah. Everyone's full back. Yeah, there we go. A certain maiden would have made a chilling entrance. ELG, as if you making the Becko boulders is in any way a bad thing for me. True, right? All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Let's get the business out of the way. The battle map here is by Che and Peku. You can find them at patreon.com/chainpeku. The tabletop of choice is Foundry Virtual Tabletop. I love it. I moved on from Roll20, and I've been using it ever since. And the names were by fantasynamegenerator.com. The music is a freebie from here on YouTube, so I don't get any kind of contact claims or strikes against me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Evil Lord Gravy, Ian Revik. Let's see here. Name will be taken. Hair Doctor, Wayne Anonymous. Who else do we got in here? Hopefully I didn't miss anyone. Oh yes, Power Player 54. And who else do we got here? I think that's everyone. Thank you all so much for joining me. You are all amazing. Everyone that joined me in live chat while we played through here, thank you so much for joining. It has meant the world to me. You guys keep this alive and keep it so much fun for me. Yes, Gigna Chat is the best name. It certainly is, Wayne Anonymous. And anyone that watches this till the end later on as a video on demand, you're amazing as well. And this is me, Andrew, as always, asking the question, are your encounters even rated? Because even at CR 13, this was not a technically even rated encounter because those poor monstrosities had no chance. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you hopefully tomorrow with some Ever Sidequesters Pathfinder 2 Second Edition, or Pathfinder 2nd Edition Beginner's Box as we continue into the 3rd session, continuing under the Oteri Fishery. There we go. Yes, hopefully we'll get back to that tomorrow. If not, I will see you next Monday. And thanks, everyone. Have a great night, and I will see you next time.